We're at the Matco Tools Tool Fair in San Diego, California. I'm Elliot Maris, editor, professional distributor, and I'm here with Ryan Luton of Summit Bodyworks. And Ryan is at the tool storage display area at the show, and he's got something very interesting to show us. What do you have to show us, Ryan?
We've got the new store of the future. This is what the 18-foot starter guys that getting into the Matco business are going to start in. Still an 18-foot box, but it's much more versatile than it has been in the past. We've gone to a full metal system. All shelves, metal fronts. You still have a wood carpeted system to dampen the noise. But what's nice about these shelves are they're fully adjustable. You've got two bolts aside that you loosen. You can slide it upwards and down in a track. If you want to, you can actually take a shelf completely out and move it into another section. If I wanted to, I can take a full section of shelves out in the back, move it to the front, which moves my toolboxes to the back. So very versatile as far as that goes, up and down, side to side. We've gained about 300 pounds in weight from a standard traditional 18-foot truck to this style 18-foot truck. Labeling is very huge on this truck. With the new metal extrusions that have the angle going to the back, you're able to put the labeling on here and be able to stay organized. Anytime you bring in a new shipment, you know exactly where it's going instead of just throwing it onto a shelf. When you get a new start into the business, the DM will usually go through and do an inventory on all the tools, and then they'll set it up how they think best. And at this point, everything is already labeled to where it needs to go, so it's going to make the initial inventory, the initial setup for the new guy and the district manager go much quicker because they've got everything. When it comes to them, it's got the labels already in place and they're good to go.
How did you decide what goes where?
Actually, I was part of the Kaizen with Matco Tools in Stowe. Went out there and there's myself and 7 other professionals through Matco. A couple of them were DMs, district managers with Matco. We took 3 days, sat down and figured out the quicker way to do the inventory and then actually set this truck up to begin with. Saw that some things could be changed, so while we were there doing the Kaizen, we changed some placement of shelves, which, like I said, is so versatile you can do very easily. So we were able to do that, move things around. Once we had everything where it looked good and fit well, we went ahead and started making a planogram of the truck. Once we had the planogram of the truck, we were able to make the labels and get them in place. Okay. So then they're going to pretty much have an SOP to go ahead and do to be able to load a truck easily when they start the business.
Okay. Now what happens when the man wants to, or the woman wants to change, just to kind of mix things up and create more interest, and you've got these labels? How do you deal with that?
Well, you can do it 2 different ways. You can either move product from one shelf to another and then just easily change the label, or you can unbolt one shelf. Like I said before, it's just 4 bolts. Unbolt it, pop it out, unbolt another one, take it over, and replace the 2.
Okay.
Swap the 2 shelves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pretty simple system. Okay. You still have your labels up above as well, kind of a main category label, and then you got your individual category labels.
Okay.
Another new benefit is the air tool display. This air tool display is right on the entry. Normally this would be the entry door into your truck. So the first thing you're going to see is these air tools. They're right up pretty much in your face. I've got my local distributor who has one of the first versions of this truck. He went from an 18-foot to a 22-foot, but it's set up just like this truck is. He sold as many air tools in 6 months as he did in the whole entire year of 2011. That's how much this air tool rack increased his air tool sales, which is huge. Mm-hmm. So he absolutely loves this whole setup.
Okay. I noticed you got some wall-hanging signs that draw attention to certain products. Do these come in the truck, or?
This is just for the display.
Oh, this is for the display.
To show, the different things that this new setup offer as far as being open shelf. If you stand right where you're standing and look, and I don't know how many tool trucks you've been on, if you look through here, you can see every shelf. There's nothing blocking the shelves. You have a complete open view of it. Whereas the traditional style shelves, you have closed off shelf walls that are carpeted. So you would have a shelf wall that's here, you would have a shelf wall that's here, and there's no open view of it, so everything is closed off. So that's another benefit from this whole system.
Okay.
Pause.